All right, folks, welcome back. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Today, I'm going to be talking about Cooper Kupp, giving you a little bit of an update and my thoughts about how important Cooper Kupp is, especially if he's able to play this weekend against the Raiders. Before we dive into that, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media at JKBogan. And just want to let you guys know that today's sponsor is Via. And man, I absolutely love Via. I'm just going to start off by saying that I've been using their products since they sent me a nice little care package a while ago, and it still lasted me a while. If you have anxiety or you just feel like you need a little bit of just something to get you through the day, Via has all sorts of products that I think I would just 100% recommend their gummies, for instance, THC and just the CBD non-THC ones, especially the sleep gummies, which have helped me sleep. It's very well documented on here that I struggle to sleep. So yes, it has helped me sleep. But fall is here, and so is Via to help you embrace the natural power of cannabis this season. Via's premium federally legal cannabis products are your perfect companion, farmed and crafted with care in the U.S. and trusted by over 500,000 customers. Via has a product for everyone. Via just launched their high THCA flower in 7-gram and 28-gram bags and brand new flavors for the THCA vapes line, so you have more options than ever to blaze your own trail. Via is well renowned for their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies and vapes, soothing topicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted and independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships to nearly all states in the United States in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee, no medical card required. So if you are 21 or older, check out our link to Via's website in the description for 15% off. You're going to use the code JKBogan and let them know that I sent you. So go and do that. Now let's get started here. Cooper Kupp is vital. If this team wants to make a turnaround, and I do believe they're going to have that turnaround, he is absolutely vital to that. Cooper Kupp suffered a grade 3 high ankle sprain on September 15th against the Arizona Cardinals in week 2. Okay, in case you didn't realize that, because I don't think it was publicized, but I don't really feel like anybody talks about that. Yes, he had a high ankle sprain. So I think to preface everything about this video, you have to understand high ankle sprains are tough. I mean, you don't want to bring it back too quickly because you run the risk of injury, right? And that's what happened with Puka Nacua. You know, he might have come back a little too soon. He re-aggravated, an injury. Same thing with Jonah Jackson. So you want to be very cautious. Can the Rams get the win without Cooper Kupp this Sunday against the Raiders team that doesn't know who's going to be their starting quarterback? Absolutely. But does Cooper Kupp make it more likely they're going to win that game? Also, absolutely. And so I think that you do have to err on the side of caution. I think they have. Week 7 was always the optimistic target date, as Sean McVay said. And the update essentially is that there is a possibility he is going to play this week. He said there's also a possibility that he won't be playing this week. Sean McVay said earlier in the week. But it was interesting because I was watching the Sean McVay show, and when you're talking, you're reading body language and you're reading the way people react, right? You're listening in on some clues, and you could tell when somebody's excited about something. And Sean McVay, there was definitely an emphasis there when you're reading text and it says he's he might play. It doesn't really sound all that interesting. But when you hear him actually say, yeah, he might play, we're hoping throughout the week we're going to get him, ramped up in practices and, meeting with Reggie Scott's crew and all that. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, this sounds possible. This sounds really possible. Is he going to play for certain? Can't tell you that because I don't know personally. My gut feeling is that he is going to play this Sunday because look, I understand, you have the Vikings game, which is cool because if you win that game, you get the second win of the year. You can pile on 3 wins get up to 3 wins before next weekend, right? So that's a great thing. The reality is this, though. They need wins. They need Kupp back. That is for certain. They have won a game without Kupp, but he is going to help in so many different ways. I just think that this makes a lot of sense to bring him back this week as long as he's ready. This isn't rushing, I don't think. They didn't place him on IR because they wanted to, one, conserve IR designations, but two, he wouldn't have been able to play this week if they put him on IR. So that tells me that this was really always the plan. He has 18 catches for 147 yards and a touchdown on the season, not even playing 2 full games. So it just kind of goes to show you this isn't just a guy. This is somebody who's still playing at a ridiculously high level at age 31, has had injuries, but he still looks like Cooper Kupp. The last time you saw him, it was a freak injury. It was a freak play. You almost never see stuff like that. And of course, he's gotten hurt both years, against the Cardinals. So that's annoying. But while the offense has moved the ball down the field with Tutu Atwell and Jordan Whittington, because I don't want to take anything away from those guys. I thought they did an excellent job in relief. And they'll still be having roles when Kupp comes back. It's just clear they need him, okay? He's interchangeable all over the field, can play in the slot, can play on the outside. And, this is a top blocker in the game, meaning when you look at the Raiders' inability to stop the run, you have Kyren Williams, who literally generates more yards after contact than anybody in his last 16 starts, his only 16 starts of his career. In that span, anybody except for Derrick Henry, who is probably the king at that. So you have a fantastic running back, a guy that the Rams should 100% re-sign. If you guys haven't checked that video out, it's all on my channel. But the point being here, when you have Kyren Williams, you have a bad run defense you're going up against, and Cooper Kupp comes back to help you in the blocking game, as well as already having a Tutu Atwell, Demarcus Robinson, and of course, Jordan Whittington, who's been blocking his tail off. You're in really good shape to run away with that game because you can obviously throw all over and do your thing. You've moved the ball at will against better defenses, but now you have a team that really can't stop the run either, and you have an advantage there. So really, the Rams, there's no excuse to lose this game this weekend, but that's not what this video is about. So the most value Cooper Kupp, in my opinion, provides is he is going to take the attention full on, right? Defenses are going to look at number 10 and they're going to be like, we need to game plan and stop him. And they're going to, unfortunately, what you do as a defense is when you key in on an A.J. Brown or a Cooper Kupp or a Devontae Adams or whoever, now another guy can go out and ball out. And that is the good thing about, the increased role of a Jordan Whittington and a Tutu Atwell, because now these guys can step up even more so and maybe even have more production with Cooper Kupp generating, interest, generating, the attention of a defense. But the second most important thing about Cooper Kupp, in my opinion, is the red zone production. And I took it upon myself, per usual, to do a project and actually look into this because I wanted to see Cooper Kupp, obviously is a great red zone threat. He just watching the film, watching the games, you would have to imagine Cooper Kupp's had quite a few touchdowns in the red zone. You don't know the number, so I'm going to tell you the number. Here's the deal, okay? Despite most of 2023, it felt like most of 2023 he was injured. He missed 4 games. He had 12 receptions on 19 targets in the red zone for 4 touchdowns and was the #1 target in the red zone in terms of that. So interesting stuff there. When you really think about it, it's just a reminder that Cooper Kupp is invaluable to this team. And then he was ranked 24th in red zone target percentage despite missing the first 4 games of the season in 2023. That's insane. But it gets even more insane because when Cooper Kupp had his best season in 2021, he caught 25 of his 36 targets thrown by Matthew Stafford, which is the most in the league in both categories, and had 12 touchdowns in the red zone, which was also the most in the league as well. Cooper Kupp in the red zone has 90 receptions on 134 targets for his career, 661 yards, and 37 touchdowns. That's 37 of Cooper Kupp's touchdowns have come in the red zone. He has been very key and critical. When you look at that 2021 season, 12 of them were in the red zone. 8 of those 12 came from inside the 10. So when things get tight, it's hard to score points. It just is. And right now, unfortunately, the Rams are incredibly one-dimensional. He's led the team, the Rams, since Sean McVay has taken over, and obviously he was drafted in 2017, he has been the top option every single year, even his rookie year, except for 2018 when he tore his ACL and 2022 when he missed half the season despite getting off to such a great start. He had the ankle issue, of course, in Arizona, and he missed the entire rest of the season. So he missed half the season. Those are the only 2 seasons in which he hasn't been the number 1 guy in the red zone. Really, I'm not kidding you. And so when you look at this team and you look at the fact that Kyren Williams is responsible for 70% of the Rams' touchdowns scored this year, you see how one-dimensional this team is in the red zone. If they don't have the back shoulder fade and the back pylon of the end zone to a Demarcus Robinson, or they just throw it, to Colby Parkinson, or they just run it with Kyren, if none of those things work, none of them work. They don't really use Atwell. They don't really use Jordan Whittington. They let them get down the field, but they don't really target them in the red zone much at all. And so they have been relying on Kyren Williams, and Kyren Williams has had a lot of success. So I have no issue with that. Leads all running backs, at least as of the last time they played. He led all running backs in red zone carries. Now, this is not sustainable. You have to protect Kyren Williams. He's clearly better than Blake Corum, so you can't just say, yeah, Blake Corum will take over. Go back and watch Blake Corum in the red zone against the Packers at the goal line. He could not punch it in. Kyren Williams had to punch it in. It's not that simple. But when you have Cooper Kupp on the field in the red zone, everybody, all these defenses, these defensive coordinators, these players, they know Cooper Kupp. Maybe not the exact number, 37 touchdowns, but everyone knows he is the guy that Matthew Stafford is going to want to target in the red zone. There's just no doubt about it. He targeted Cooper Kupp more than he targeted Puka Nacua, despite the fact that Puka Nacua was the number 1 receiver on the team last year. He trusted Kupp more. He had pedigree. He trusted him. They've had that connection for a while. So the reality is this: if the Rams want to continue to win football games, and by continue, I mean resume winning football games and get back to where they were and make a run, because they pretty much, if they want to win the division, they're probably going to have to go 9-3 at least the rest of the way. Maybe 8-4 will get there, but 9-3 or maybe even 10-2, depending on what the 49ers do the rest of the year. So that's not going to be easy. It's just not. And especially not if you can score in the red zone. This team has no issue getting down to the red zone. They keep doing it. They just keep stalling. I haven't been, really picky, and I haven't been concerned with the idea of going for it. I agreed with Sean McVay the moments he went for. I know a lot of people would disagree with those. But of course, if he makes them, no one's going to care. I agreed with the decisions, but as Sean McVay alluded to, you have to be able to score. There's no more of this, that was a good decision. I feel good about it. I know we didn't get points, but, it happens. No. When you're losing games, now that becomes an issue. So the Rams have to get Cooper Kupp back sooner than later. They have to start being able to score in the red zone. I think Kupp is going to open up the possibilities in the red zone, but they also have to be more creative there as well. Kupp is going to do a lot of different things, but that's the thing, and that's the sign of a fantastic football player, a fantastic player in general. You go across all of sports. You look at what he does. You look at, for instance, a Connor McDavid for the Edmonton Oilers, okay? Because of how dominant he is, teams now are keying in on Connor McDavid. They don't want him to get the puck. So now it opens up the door for a former Hart Trophy winner, Leon Draisaitl. It opens up the door for other guys like a Zach Hyman. That's the way it is. It's the same thing in basketball. If you have a LeBron James on the team, well, everybody is going to be turning all their attention to LeBron James, or same thing with Luka Doncic on, the Mavericks. That's just the reality of it. Well, when Cooper Kupp is that good, he's going to make other guys around him that good. He's going to make their assignments easier. So this isn't just getting back a good football player. This is getting back a game changer. And if he didn't get hurt, and you can't really go that route, as sad as that sounds, Kupp's been hurt. That is his game. He plays the game really tough, and he's had injuries, many of them in his career. So you can't say, oh, well, if he didn't get hurt. Well, you have a player that is prone to getting hurt, as much as I love the guy. But truthfully, if he didn't get hurt, do you really think they're 1-4 right now in back-to-back one-possession games? I don't. To be honest with you, I don't see any way with Cooper Kupp that they lose that the Bears game, and I don't see how they would have lost to the Packers. I really think right now they'd have 3 wins. That's how important he is. And I said, when Puka Nacua went down, biggest thing, well, you have a Cooper Kupp. You got to have one or the other. When they both went down, now you're putting a lot on Tutu Atwell's plate, Demarcus Robinson's plate, and Jordan Whittington. And the good news is with Cooper Kupp coming back, I think this is the perfect time. Hopefully he comes back this week. If it's not this week, guys, it's going to be, week 8. It's going to be against the Vikings on Thursday Night Football. I'm just letting you guys know. That's what they're deciding. They're deciding whether or not he's going to play against the Raiders in a game that they could win without him, or he's going to play week 8 as his first game. Just a little bit extra time, get him acclimated, and he'll play against the Vikings on Thursday Night Football in a huge game. Huge game. If they can win that and the Raiders game, now you got 3 wins on the year. You're 3-4, and you have an opportunity to play the Seattle Seahawks and get that tiebreaker and get to 500, get to 4-4. And then after that, you have Miami and you have the Patriots, and the Saints come up on that schedule, and they don't look as good as they did earlier in the season. And then you start to see there's a lot of opportunity here. So it starts with this. They got to get Cooper Kupp back. I'm going to have another video discussing other injuries and updates and all that. But I'm very excited for when number 10 is back there. 9 and dime. It's one of the best, if not the best connection in football. So we're going to see what ends up happening. But I will say this. Kupp coming back, you can't be negligent here. If Kupp comes back, this can't be 20 targets, and I don't think it's going to be. You have to get Jordan Whittington acclimated in the offense with Cooper Kupp. You have to integrate Tutu Atwell. You can't forget about these guys. These guys can help you win football games. It's just Cooper Kupp is going to make it that much easier, and he's clearly the best receiver the moment he touches the field. So those are my thoughts. That's my update there. Not a lot from Sean McVay, but I haven't really touched on it on this channel yet, since. So this is your update if you haven't been paying attention. So that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys. Be sure to check out Via for 15% off using my promo code JKBogan. Get yourself some nice THC gummies. Or if you don't believe in THC, you go with the THC-free gummies as well. I'm telling you, they work like a charm, and I wouldn't be, saying it if I didn't believe it. So definitely do yourself a favor. Click the link below. Sign up. But that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.